Overall, really pleased. It was awesome to see our field goal operation. Mevis hitting a couple big field goals. I think that's going to serve us really well. And, it was a good, complete team win. Some things that we can clean up just based on kind of how we were playing it, specifically offensively in the second half. But wanted to be able to be smart, kind of keep the clock running. And so love this team. A lot of respect for Coach Bowles and that group. And, we'll move on and start getting ready for the Panthers. We did, maybe so, but we ran it. I knew we were going to only run it. We weren't going to really put them in harm's way. And so there was a possibility of that, but because of the approach, felt like it was kind of going to be similar, I guess, if you will. Lights out. Gravy on a biscuit. I like that, Nick. I think they're getting better and better, and I think that's a tremendous tribute to the way that these guys approach every single week. I think the game plans that Coach Shule and the defensive staff are putting together to really accentuate and highlight the skills of our guys. I think we're being really efficient on early downs and earning the right to be able to get into some of the different, known pass situations. But I thought they were great. What an unbelievable play. I mean, there's a ton of guys that I could highlight. Cobie Durant continues to show just making play after play. Even at the end of the game, they had a good call on the screen where we were in a, situation where we were in a pressure, and what a play by Kitch, to be able to kind of knife his way through and make that tackle. But guys came up big. I felt our rush. And that's a really tough offense. Hopefully Baker's going to be okay, but really pleased and proud of that group for sure. It's been awesome. We've really talked about starting fast, finishing strong. And, when we get leads like that, you are kind of playing up against the clock. But I thought we had total command and control of the football game in the first half. And then really it was about, there was a couple things that, wanted to be able to have a little bit better momentum offensively. But I got to do a better job for us collectively. But, man, it's awesome. I love the way these guys are starting. And, we got to continue that because we all know that humility is only a week or a day away. Yeah.
Through the game. We see what it looks like. What does it feel like when he's like this?
Yeah, I think it feels like the game's slowing down. I feel like he's in total command. I think he's got a lot of trust in the teammates that he's playing with. And, there's a true ownership. And I think he's just totally and completely present, and he's really just enjoying the opportunity to compete week in and week out. Even just when he does the breakdown with the team, he loves being a part of this team. You can feel that. He instills a belief every time that we go out on the field. We feel like good things are going to happen because he's leading the way. And so I think he's getting more and more comfortable with just the skilled players. You could really see, I thought that was on display tonight, but I'm really happy for him. It's a cool stat that Artis gave me, 27 touchdowns in a row without an interception, tying Tom. But he's playing great, and we'll just continue to stay in the moment, but I'm loving every second of this.
Sean, it seems like the relationship between Davante and Matthew's gotten better.
Yeah.
I think 9 out of his 12 touchdowns have been in the last 5 games. What have you kind of seen from that connection?
Just repetition being the mother of learning, and those guys just continuing to work together. There's a ton. I mean, these are 2 great players that are just accumulating experience in the midst of this season, and they've got such great football acumens, and then they've got the rare ability to be able to it's one thing to understand and to talk about it, but then they have the ability to be able to bring it to life. And so it's been special. It was an awesome job for him to get another 2 touchdowns tonight, and it's cool to be able to hit him a little bit deeper on the go ball down the right sideline, on his second one. But they've been awesome, and really I think Matthew's been awesome with all of his skill players, but especially Davante has been cool.
You end the weekend in first place in the NFC. What do you tell the team about the position they put themselves with 6 games left to play?
Yeah, the only thing that would matter is if the season ended right now. So, do you remember who was in first place with 6 weeks left last year? Me either. So, but point I'm making, and I appreciate the question, they've done a great job through 11 games of putting themselves in this position. And when you look around this league, every single week something inevitably occurs where you're saying, I can't believe that happened. Let's stay humble. Let's stay in the moment. Let's continue to lean into our preparation, have the appropriate urgency, but also the enjoyment. This team has fun, and good football is fun. And when you're doing it with good people that you don't want to let down, that's really fun. And so want to continue to have a great week. Obviously, we got a great opponent that we're playing that's got a lot of momentum. I'll be interested to see how that game goes tomorrow against a division opponent. And then, we'll enjoy this week of preparation and then hopefully bring it to life when we are in Carolina on Sunday.
You mentioned the touchdowns
attempts without an interception.
Nice.
Longest of his career, longest in the Rams, franchise history, and longest in the NFL this season. That's something that we really haven't seen since Matthew, taking care of the ball, especially this gunslinger mentality. Why do you think
Well, yeah, I think he's playing. I think he's making great decisions. I think he's got great rapport with his skilled players. I think he's seeing the field really well, and I think he's understanding where are those times and places, because it's not like he's not putting the ball, and we're not pushing the ball or doing some different things like that. But I think he's being incredibly smart but aggressive, and it's just like anything else. He's a fine wine. He's just getting better with age, but he's playing really well. He's in total command. Yeah, you like that one. So I think he's going to play for about 10 more years now. So that's, but no, he's doing great. I just think he's in command. I think he's got a lot of trust in his teammates. I think there's just a good rapport, and we want to keep stacking them. We've got another one this week, and we'll try to do a great job of allowing him to continue to play that way. And I'm really happy for Matthew.
Sean, we talked a lot this week about the loss of Quentin Lake, and not to
Yeah.
mention that, but what impressed you the most about the way those guys handled that situation?
Yeah, McCreary ended up getting his groin a little bit earlier in the game, so he didn't play as many snaps as maybe we thought he would. But Josh Wallace, all he does is just answer the bell. He's so steady, he's so reliable. You don't ever replace a Quentin Lake. I love, Q, our teammate, his teammates love him, his coaches love him. But I think there's an understanding and an appreciation of, all right, let's have great communication, verbally and non-verbally, in the noise. Let's not be anything other than who we are. But I thought the guys played really well collectively. It's the best team sport that there is. That's what you love so much about football. Josh did his part tonight, but I thought our defense as a whole was outstanding. But you don't ever replace Q, and I know he was cheering his ass off, watching these guys, as was Higbee, and it was great to be able to have Rob here.
Obviously a lot can happen.
Where are you going with this, Gary?
What does it mean to have number one seed, to have control of
Yeah, no, that's a good thing. What we can control is to have a great week of preparation. You guys know me. It's the coaching cliche, but it's the truth. I think our guys have done such a great job of being totally and completely present. I love the way we've responded from some setbacks. I love the way that we've handled a little bit of success. And, through 11 weeks, I'm proud of them. Now let's see what we can do through 12. Let's see how we handle ourselves tomorrow. Let's continue to stack it. And I'm very confident that we're going to give ourselves the best chance to do that, because I'm betting on the people in that locker room, whether it be our players or our coaches. And there's something to be said about not wanting to let those people down when you love them that much. And I think they're doing some really cool stuff right now, but it's through 11 games. We play 17 total, and all we can control is our 13th this week, or 12th. See, I can't even do the math, right? Week 13. All right.
And finally, it is Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
So if we told you at the beginning of the year, it would take you up to this week to be thankful and grateful to be in this spot. I mean, what would you say that's like, hey, this is where we want to
Oh man, you know what? I was thankful way before this week. I'm thankful to be around these people. I'm thankful. There's, we talk about a couple things. We talk about being present, being grateful. Man, I have a lot to be grateful for because of the people that are in my life, and being able to do something that truly fulfills you day in and day out. And what a great challenge it is again this week. But very, very thankful to be a part of this group and being around a bunch of special people. And that's what gives your life some purpose. Thanks, guys.
what you get. Yeah, I did. That was cool. That was awesome. It was a great atmosphere out there today. Our fans did a great job showing up. Obviously, both sides of the ball gave them something to cheer about early and often, which was really cool. But they were loud. It was a tough environment, I feel like, for Tampa, and we appreciate that, so it was great.
Matthew, we talked about starting fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have been able to do that this year. What changed?
Just execution. We've done a nice job of executing early in the game. Not every game, but we've done a nice job of, making sure that we're getting into a little bit of a rhythm early on in games. I think obviously Sean's doing a great job of setting us up to go out there and play well, and then we've gone out there and executed.
When both sides of the ball start out that way,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel that energy on the field?
It's awesome. I mean, I feel like if you were in the stadium, you felt it, and we feel it on the sideline. Go down there, score, and then obviously Landshark doing what he does, getting in the zone, which was sweet. So super fired up. It was a lot of fun, and obviously some things we can clean up in the second half, be a little bit better, and all those kind of things. But an interesting game, and obviously a good one how we started.
Matthew, you've got a great career, but there's only been 4 or 5 times where you've thrown 30 touchdowns or more in a whole season. To be on this ride for 27 straight touchdowns without a pick, what is it?
I'm surrounded by really good players. I've got great receivers, great backs, great tight ends. All of them are catching touchdowns, and we're getting in the end zone. And obviously I can't do any of that if the guys up front, aren't doing what they're doing, and they're doing a hell of a job too. So still plays I want back and things that we can be better on. But I'm enjoying playing with this group. It's such a steady group. Week in and week out, they show up to work. Not every day is perfect, but, we have that confidence that, we just keep putting the work in, and the results will be, what we want them to be, and it's been a whole lot of fun, so I'm just enjoying it.
Can you expand on that? You said confidence. Can you explain your confidence right now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I got to go earn it every single week. I get out there, in practice and try to be as good as I can. Some days I'm better than others, and I still kind of live and die with practices sometimes, and if I have a bad one, it kind of eats me up for the day. I can't wait to get back out there. So, all that is earned, and it's never going to be perfect. You're not going to sit out there and throw the ball exactly where you want to and go and do everything you want to every single time, but just trying to always push myself and my teammates to be as good as we can. And the fun thing for me is we got a locker room full of the same kind of guys, and that just want to, perform for each other and be there for our team. And it's so cool when all these guys are scoring touchdowns and everybody's pulling for each other. It's a lot of fun to be a part of.
Sean McVay said you're aging like fine wine. Do you feel like you're playing the best football of your career right now?
I'm not trying to label it. I just know I'm having fun. And, my body feels pretty good at the moment. Like I said earlier, the guys up front are doing a hell of a job of keeping me clean. Sean's got great game plans week in and week out for us to, do what we need to do to be successful on our side of the ball. And it's been a lot of fun.
A couple years ago against this team in the playoffs, I think the world was sort of introduced to like this, what was it, the Soul Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Something.
This time around though, Sean, one of the first things he brings up when he talks about you is how present and like joyful you seem.
Mm-hmm.
Where has that come from this year to combine with the rest of that player that we've seen?
Yeah, the other guy's still there. But no, it's a whole lot of fun. I think, my situation during training camp with the injury that I was going through and not being able to really do much of anything for about 4 to 6 weeks, whatever it was. Sometimes being without something, lets you know how much you really love doing it. And I love playing this game. I appreciate it. I thought what Jimmy did in training camp with our group was awesome. And the way he kept those guys rolling and he played great and kind of gave us that good momentum going into it. And then I kind of just picked up where he left off. So got to give him a ton of credit for what he was able to do. And then just, I don't know. When you're without something like that and then you get the chance to go back and do it, it sure is a whole lot of fun. And obviously it's a lot of fun winning ball games and helping other guys get in the end zone.
And this is the longest streak of your career without throwing an interception, 306 pass attempts, longest in the NFL this season. Sean said you're being smart but aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
What's that balance for you to do that now? You're still slinging the ball everywhere, so how are you not been able to throw it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a decision every time the ball's in my hand. And so I'm trying to do the best I can at, putting the ball where it needs to go, not putting it in harm's way, but also not, taking chances when we got opportunities because we got great skill players out there, and I got to give those guys chances. So, I don't know. It's just something I'm doing, trying to do the best I can. It's never perfect, but just just trying to continue to move the ball down the field without putting it in harm's way.
Can you take us through the throw on your second touchdown pass to Davante?
The go ball. Yeah. Felt like we had, one-on-one over there, and safety wasn't really moving over there, cheating it. So I just kind of peeked his release. Knew he had a concept kind of coming to me, on the backside of it. And I peeked the release, and it was a good one. And was able to put it in a good spot. And, he did the rest. So he's done a hell of a job, when he's been matched up one-on-one with guys, winning all sorts of routes. And it's been a whole lot of fun getting to throw him the rock.
You start 8 for 8, got 200 yards in the first half. When do you feel like you're in that zone?
Today was early. Sometimes it takes a minute to get into it, but today felt good. I thought Sean did a hell of a job kind of dialing it up for us early on, and we were able to go kind of put the pedal to the metal. And then our defense played great, got us the ball back, obviously scored for us. So it was a total team effort, but definitely felt like early on our guys were doing a hell of a job winning on the outside, and I was just trying to give them chances. Thanks.
See what I'm saying?
Do you feel like that your pick six changed altered the game?
Good momentum shift. I give all glory to God for that. And the defensive line. The defensive line, man, I got to give thanks to them, man, because they're making our life easy on the back end. Each and every play, they on the quarterback. So, just give thanks when it's due, man, and, as a collective, man, we playing 11 as one. We just got to keep going.
Kobie, last week you talked about in practice, you had dropped the ball and you came in hard.
Yeah.
Today it looked like you physically stole the ball. Is that something you practice, or could you describe what your mindset was to steal that?
Shit, if I want it, I'm going to get it. Feel me? I seen him bobbling it, and I immediately, in my mind, I'm like, I'm finna take this ball. So, and then, I went the distance. Then I seen, I'm like, Baker Mayfield, I can't get tackled by Baker. You feel me? Like, I can't get tackled by Baker. So I kind of slowed down a little bit to let Josh Wallace get in front of me. And then, with a good block, man, I go in the end zone, do the bird walk, and then, it's all good.
What did you think of Matthew doing the land shark on the sideline?
Oh, I ain't even know he did it. That's awesome. He need to come back in here. We got to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's good, though, man. Every time I do run out and they call me out on the Jumbotron, I always see him doing the land shark thing. So that's cool. And I always tell my mom, like, Mom, Matthew did the land shark. Yeah.
You guys talked in practice this week about, trying to split up the responsibility with Quentin out. Like, how do you guys feel like you guys stepped up and communicated with each other and kept the momentum going from last week?
Biggest thing is having the communication. Day in and day out, man, talking to the guys that had to step up in his position, Roger McCurry, Josh Wallace, and, with us being the guys in the secondary, that was the biggest thing, just communicating with them, because it's kind of like it's new to them. Not really new, but, they don't get as many game reps. And for them to get those game reps, man, to come in and, pick up where Q left off, that's amazing.
Did you think you exhibited stamina this week?
Come on, man. We talked about that early in the week. I told you the word of the week was stamina. And I said, I want you to meet me back in the locker room after the game, after I catch that pick. What I was going to say, stamina.
So what's it like being number one in the conference going into Thanksgiving?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know we was number one. I don't be keeping up with that, but, I know that now. So that's a good feeling. We just got to keep stacking these W's in the column, man, and, taking it one game at a time, man. That's all I can really say about that.
Makes your Thanksgiving dinner taste a little better?
Yeah, a whole lot.
Enjoy it. Thanks, guys.
Davante, you've played a lot of really good football in your life. Do you feel like this is some of the best you've ever played?
To some degree, yeah. I think I'm definitely, most importantly, I'm having the most fun playing that I've ever had, and Yeah, real grateful for the opportunity to play for a team like this.
What makes this the most fun you've ever had?
It's hard to put your finger exactly on what, what makes it feel like that, but it's just one of those teams where we just have a lot of fun together. Everybody, you can see from the celebrations to the intense moments out there. It's just one of those teams where we just find a way to really enjoy, being, Sean's always talking about being totally and completely present, and that's really where we are. I mean, it's not really, nobody's thinking about the third quarter, nobody's thinking about the end of the game. It's more about just enjoying where our feet are and going out and playing, the biggest team sport that there is together, and coming out obviously on top of a lot of these games. That helps the feeling a lot as well.
How would you describe the way that Matthew's playing right now?
I mean, he's playing like the most valuable player in the league. I mean, you can see it in the numbers, the way he's taking command of the huddle and the offense. The way him and Sean put things together and work, throughout the week together to put together a good product for us. Just all around. I mean, he's a great leader and obviously knows how to put points on the board and keep this offense moving.
I know that's Buka, but obviously I want to ask you, were 17 and 12 the best duo in the NFL?
I mean, that's not gonna make me score next week by you saying that, me saying it. I'll leave it for you to comment on that. I won't comment on that. We believe in ourselves, and obviously, we've put together a decent body of work this year. But at the end of the day, just crowning people the best duo, that didn't do anything for the team. So again, I'll let you guys talk about that one.
What did you see on the throw? Matthew's second touchdown pass to you. What did you see on the throw?
Well, it was a play that wasn't initially. I wasn't number one in the progression there, but it just shows why practice is so valuable. And we had a similar rep to that in the week, and he didn't see me. And then we were looking. We had these video boards in practice now, so he looked over and saw that I killed similar to what happened to 27 out there. Poor kid. Yeah, he just was the one in the way today, and yeah, it wasn't anything personal. It's just the way it got to go.
Did you run up the tunnel after you caught that? And if
Yeah, I made it to the 405. It was close. No, it was it was kind of slippery, so I just kept going just to slowly, slow it down. But yeah, ended up coming back, and we still got our cellies in and everything. We were on the field a little long this time, but we'll speed it up a little bit next time.
Have you seen the old video of Bo Jackson doing that?
I have, yeah. I did my best impression. Did my best Bo Jackson impression. I actually did that in 2017. I had a walk-off against the Browns on a screen that I scored, and then I actually took it all the way to my locker room. But that is not where our locker room is, so that wouldn't have did me much good on that one.
History's caught passes from an MVP. When Stafford's gotten 27 touchdown passes without an interception, as an elite wide receiver, how do you articulate that? How do you describe it?
It's hard to put it in words. It's hard to conceptualize the fact that you can put the ball in the end zone that many times. I mean, it's hard enough. Most quarterbacks can't throw 27 passes, without throwing a pick. So to see him do that and come out here, and it's not on our minds, it's not on his mind. It's just the way that he plays, and we're a pretty efficient offense. So we do everything we can to protect the ball, and he does most of the work. So we just go out there and try to run good routes, and we just let him put it on the money.
Guys, I know your standards high, and last week you talked after the game about how you wanted to delete that film. So what is the feeling like to be able to go out and flush it this week and have the game you did?
Well, I feel like that's what good players, good teams are all about, being able to make mistakes. This game is the most imperfect team game that there is. So it's going to be times, time and time again where you don't produce the product that you want to put out there, but how you respond is really what's most important. So went out and had a really good week of practice. I feel like we were flying around. Me and Matthew were hooking up. The offense looked good. Even through a few, guys being banged up, the way that we held it together and put together some good practice in the rain too. It kind of, not that you can guarantee anything by the way you practice, but you could see it in the way that we went out and prepared, and the intentionality of this offense, taking the field every single time, every single period would, getting better on our mind. So we definitely not in a position where we feel like, are we good? We can relax. We're always trying to get better.
This one is in Sam.
Earlier, McVay said I'm betting on guys in that locker room. I'm curious how you experience and see that displayed every day.
Well, first, he's not actually betting. This is dangerous waters these days. Yes, figuratively speaking, he was. Yeah, I mean, I love that he would figuratively bet on us all day. It's something that obviously he gets to see the way we work and how much it means to us. So I'm just like he would say that I bet on him. Getting those good calls off the call sheet all game and putting us in the best spots. Throughout the entirety of the game as well.
Davante, having played for two of the most devoted fan bases, and the Rams over the last 10 years have really tried to build up their fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed a difference this year? Because this seemed like it was pretty solid with Rams fans in the stadium.
Well, I can't really speak for any years past, but I know even throughout the season as it's progressed, today was the loudest I've heard that crowd. So I appreciate it. We need that. We need that type of energy. It was a little quieter at the end when everybody was already probably at home, but it's a good feeling knowing that it means a lot to them. To have Mookie at the game and some guys' last home game. It means a lot to us to see him show up and support us. So we try to go out there. It means a lot for us to give them something to watch and something to be proud of as well. Yep, appreciate you.
The mic is on? Okay. No, absolutely not.
Kobie, you guys didn't get sacks last week. You were able to get a couple sacks today.
Yeah. I mean, we were really able to get after the passer. I thought that there were some opportunities last week that we got after him a little bit, but where we really needed to finish a little bit stronger. And he was able to get the ball out a little faster too. Today, he held on to the ball a little bit more. And, when that happens, the rush has to come alive. So cannot be prouder of our front. I mean, I can't have 2 sacks unless the rest of the guys are doing their job. We can't have, the individual success that we have unless the rest of the team is doing it. So cannot be prouder of those guys. I mean, we believe that we're the best in the world, and that's our mentality, and that's how we approach everything. And then we go out throughout the week to make sure that we put in the preparation that's going to result in us being the best in the world as well. So that's our mentality, that's our mindset, and that's what we're chasing.
The first 2 years, the team has had to overcome slow starts and get hot as the years gone by. What do you think about the way this team has handled early season success for the first time?
Yeah. Well, one, I think a lot of this team is carried over from the past 2 years. And honestly, to me, it doesn't feel all that different. Obviously, you have a lot of wins in the win column, but it's the same mentality. I mean, the way that we're tenacious after just chasing after wins. It's always about the next week. I'm not even paying too much attention to like what our record is. It's just the next week, how are we going to figure out a way to go win? And so I could not be prouder of these guys, the way that we continue to attack success. There is no off week. That humble pie is always a week away in this league. Anybody can beat you at any point in time. And so it's about us continuing to go out each and every Sunday and put our best out there. Say that again?
When Kobie Turner got the interception, was kind of going.
Oh, when Kobie got that interception. Yeah, that was crazy. It was Cobie Durant. But but that was sick. I mean, I saw him bobbling the ball, and I was like, Kobie's going to strike him. And then he got the ball out, and then he just takes off running. I took off running, and I was like trying to find a block. Nobody was nearby, so I didn't block anybody. He was patient, too, had a little bit of vision, scored. And then they always run far away as they can. I mean, he could have, celebrated right there. He went to the opposite corner. So I was like, I guess I'm going. Did the celebration with him, and I was out of breath. I was sitting down on the sideline. I was like, please, Gift, do not put me back in. But that was an incredible play, man. And he's continued to have incredible plays multiple times, honestly, this year. So just continuing to be proud of him and the way that he continues to come out and ball out.
You guys have the best record in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean that you control your destiny for the number 1 seed?
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think our mentality is still just go out each and every week and find a way to win. And I think that's what makes us great, honestly, to be able to have the humility of the past 2 years and having to know, when November comes, it separates the contenders from the pretenders, and it's about figuring out a way to go out and pick up another W. And so we're not out here looking at our record and getting caught up in that. We're just focused on how are we going to go and pick up the next W, and I think that's going to continue to take us far. yeah, it definitely does feel nice to be able to pick up as many wins as we have, and there's hopefully a lot more in store.
You mentioned the front, how proud of him you are. How sweeter is it to do this in front of Aaron Donald when they're honoring 99 today and all his reactions to you guys getting sacked this week?
Yeah, it's special. Obviously, he means so much to this organization. He means so much to this D-line. The Fearsome Foursomes set a foundation. He continued that legacy. A lot of other guys have continued that legacy, but obviously him most recently. And so to be able to pick up where he left off and to try to be as fearsome as a front as we can be, to be as fearsome as we can be as he was in one person. So it means a lot. A special day. Obviously, my calls, my cleats as well. And I was able to support Chirla, and that was a very special opportunity for me as well. But there's so much meaning to this game, and obviously another opportunity, as Sean says, to ascend. And we definitely ascended this week, and looking forward to doing it again.
How did it come to be that you played the theme song did you have sheet music? Did you do it by ear?
Yeah, so I did. Chase sent it over to me, but Thursday Night Football, they sent me over some sheet music and the theme song, and it was like 5 minutes long, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to rearrange this. There's like trumpets and strings, and I'm like, I'm only doing piano, so I have to rearrange this. So that was a fun opportunity, and then they came back with this one too. So this time he just sent the voice memo of what the theme song was. I picked it up by ear, and then I rearranged it too, because that was another 3-minute long song, and I was like, how can I emulate that within just the keys and just me, in a solo take? So that was a lot of fun. I mean, obviously I love music. I have a degree in music as well. And anytime that I can learn something new and anytime I can, flex that music muscle is a lot of fun. So that was a really great thing to learn on a Friday night. Chase gave me a heads up, and then he sent it over. I looked at it on Friday night, learned it, figured out how I wanted to arrange it on Friday night, and then on Saturday in the morning, I did a take. It was actually my first take, and at the end of the video, I got up, I was super excited. But yeah, I sent that over, and that was a ton of fun.
Last one, guys.
Were there any special moments prior to the game with Aaron, with you, Asti, in the tunnel?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was able to see him when I ran out. I saw him. He was talking with Brockers, with Chris Long. So I was able to stop by, say hey to him, say hey to his wife. I told him we were going to go out and get it done today. And then I ran off to do my thing. But so much love for that guy. He's a great human being, obviously a great person, obviously a great player. So just was able to say hey to them, and then I got busy and did my thing today. Appreciate you guys.